Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start binomial theorem. So, binomial theorem is a part of algebra in maths of IIT JEE. The weightage of this chapter is almost one question, or sometimes they have asked two questions also from this binomial theorem chapter. Okay, so as you know that this is algebra, so we will go with some basic algebraic formulas you have already studied in your pre-high schools or in your school time. So this chapter is I think one of the easiest in maths because there is only one theorem and you can say one rule, and all the concepts are based on that theorem only, and it is small chapter, also one of the smallest chapters. Now we will start with some formula, algebraic formula. This x plus y whole square. So I am sure that most of you remember this. So this is x square plus 2xy plus y square. Similarly, you remember this also, x plus y whole cube. So this is x cube plus 3x square y plus 3xy square plus y cube, right? Now what is x plus y to the power 4? So if you don't remember the formula, then also you can find it. What you will do, you will just multiply this x plus y whole square with x plus y whole square, and the value of x plus y whole square is here only. You will substitute it here and here, and then you can multiply each of these terms with this. Okay, but what if I ask you what is x plus y whole power 13? Okay, if you go like this, expansion, okay, I'm asking you expansion of x plus y whole power 13, then it is quite tedious task. But using this theorem, binomial theorem, which we will explain, we will discuss later, we can solve it and we can expand it in a easily manner. Okay, so now let us understand what is binomial. So binomial means bi means 2, and nomial represents terms. So any algebraic expression with two terms can be binomial. Okay, and expansion of exponent of any binomial is called the rule is called binomial theorem. Okay, so there is no specific rule that there should be only two terms, then only we can use binomial theorem. If there are three terms, suppose a plus b plus c whole square, then here also we can use binomial theorem. How? Or you can use this formula only. We will consider this 2 as one parameter and this as another parameter. So if I consider a as x and b plus y is, b plus c as y, so we can write this. What is x plus y whole square? X plus y whole square is written here. So according to that, x is a and y is b plus c. So I will substitute in place of x a, in place of y b plus c. So this is a square plus 2a and b plus c plus b plus c whole square. So after simplification you will get a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus bc plus ca. Okay, fine. So what was my point, that if there are three terms, then also we can make it, convert it into binomial by considering two terms as one parameter, and then we can expand it. But these three terms are called trinomial. Okay, and for that we have multinomial theorem also, that also we are going to discuss. So before we go into this particular theorem, we will understand some notations. So I'm writing some notations. So first I'm I'm taking factorial. So factorial is one of the important subtopics in this, because if you understand it, we'll do some more examples on it, then it will be easier. And I hope that most of you have not gone through this factorial term in your previous classes. It has been introduced in this intermediate only. So factorial is if I write r factorial or n factorial, then symbol of it. The symbol is, if I write r factorial, then I will write r and this exclamatory sign for r factorial, or you can write it this also. This also represents r factorial. So I will use this more often than this. But in books, in some books, this is also there, this is also there. So you can get the idea. Now what is r factorial? So if I write in place of r any number 6 factorial, suppose. So what is 6 factorial? 6 factorial is product of all first 6 natural numbers. Like you can write it 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Okay. Similarly, what is 5 factorial? If I write 5 factorial is same product of first 5 natural numbers. Okay, 4 factorial will be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, and 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. Similarly, 2 factorial 2 into 1, 1 factorial 1. I am writing value of this also. So 6 factorial, value of 6 factorial will be 720. This is 120. This is 24. This is 6. This is 2, and 1 factorial is 1 itself. Now the main point is, can we write 0 factorial? So yes, you can write 0 factorial as well, and value of 0 factorial will be 1. So here one more thing, I think this is quite interesting, that 0 factorial and 1 factorial both are equal to 1, and this thing you have to remember, because this will use it frequently. Okay, and this is quite undefined term, because what is definition of factorial? So definition of factorial is define. Okay, r factorial is the product. R is any natural number, so r factorial is the product of first r natural numbers. So what is r? For all r is belongs to natural number, set of natural numbers. Then r factorial can be written as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into r minus 1 into r. So last term will be r. Okay, I hope you understood. Similarly, you can write n factorial also. So n factorial can be written as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into n minus 1 into n, or we can write it in reverse order also. So this is n into n minus 1, n minus 2 into 3 into 2 into 1. Same thing, Now we'll see one more thing in this, that n factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into up to n minus 1 and up to n. But if we consider only this part, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into up to n minus 1, what is this? Is it does it represent only n minus 1 factorial? Okay, so we can write it as n minus 1 factorial. I took only up to n minus 1 into n. So n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. Similarly, if you take number, suppose just before this we have n minus 2 also, n minus 2 here. So if you take n minus 2 here, you will get, I am considering only 1 into 2 into 3 into up to n minus 2. So this is again n minus 2 factorial, this part. So this is n factorial is equal to n minus 2 factorial into n minus 1 and n. So we can write it similarly, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. This also you can write. Okay, so here one thing is there, that I said that r can be any natural number, but here r is not natural number. Still 0 factorial is what? 1. Okay, so this is one concept. We will discuss about it in our next chapter, that is permutation and combination. Okay, for now this is just one rule and different undefined term which you have to remember for now. Okay, fine. So we can take some examples also, and before taking examples, okay, all of you know, wait, okay, since you know that 6 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6, and what is this thing only? If you exclude 6 from it, this is again 5 factorial. Okay, so it can be written as 6 factorial is equal to 5 factorial into 6. So if you take 6 this side, this is 6 factorial by 6 is equal to 5 factorial. Okay, so can we conclude from it? Can we say that if this number is n, then what is this? This is n plus 1. This is also n plus 1. If this is n, right? So we can write for this n factorial can be equal to n plus 1 factorial upon n plus 1. Okay, why? Because if you expand it n plus 1 factorial, you will get n plus 1 into n into or you can write n plus 1 into n factorial. So n plus 1 cancel, so this is again n factorial only. Okay, fine. Now we'll do some examples based on it. Few examples. So first one, what is the unit digit of sigma r factorial? R is from 1 to 15. So if you know what is r factorial, if you know what is sigma is summation. Okay, so r factorial means in place of r you will substitute value of r should be 1 to 15, all natural number from 1 to 15. So in place of r you will substitute 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 15. So this will be 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial, and add all. So this can be written as sigma r factorial, r is from 1 to 15, can be written as, in place of r we will substitute 1, so 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus 4, 5, 6 up to 15 factorial. Now after adding all, we need to find unit digit, right? So for unit digit we'll find the value first. So we'll go back. Here you can see we have value of 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial, 5 factorial, 6 factorial. You can see unit digit of all. So from 5 factorial unit digit is 0, 6 factorial has also unit digit 0. How this 0 came? Okay, if any number ends with 1 0, what does it mean? That it is multiple of 10. Okay, similarly, so this number is multiple of 10, this number is multiple of 10. And what is 10? 10 is 2 into 5, right? So prime factors of 10 is 2 and 5. So if any factorial contains 2 and 5, then there must be 1 0 and at the end. So 5 factorial contains 1 2 and 1 5, that's why it ends with 0. This also contains 1 2 and 1 5, so 5 2s are 10, so unit digit will be 0. So after 5 and after 6, okay, 7 factorial also contains 1 2 and 1 5, 8 factorial will also contain this, all up to 15 factorial will have unit digit as 0. Why? Because all the factorial after 5 factorial, okay, will have 1 5 and 1 2, I hope you got it. So we don't need to check unit digit for these numbers. We'll consider only these numbers for unit digit, because whatever unit digit this will give, that is the unit digit of, you know, factorial, summation of factorial up to 15 factorial. Okay, so we'll see now. So you already know what is 1 factorial. 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 4, sorry, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24, and after that 5, 6, 7 has unit digit at 0, so no need to consider that. Okay, I'm also writing here 6 factorial is 720, and after that whatever will come, unit digit will be 0. Now we will add this. So add it. This sums to 33. Okay, so what is unit digit of this? That is unit digit of all this number, summation of this. Unit digit of this is 3, so unit digit of summation of this will be 3 only. Now one thing you can consider, that if in the question if they ask you up to 15 or 16 factorial, 17 factorial, or up to n factorial, the unit digit will be 3 only. Why? Because after 5 whatever number will come after 5 factorial, everything ends with 0, so unit digit will be 33. Okay, so now we will take next example. Okay, so right, find the value of x. Okay, so what is x? For all x belongs to natural number. Okay, for 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus dot 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 up to x factorial is equal to 9y, but y is an integer. Okay, this question is what? Let me write it again. So this is 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial plus x factorial up to x factorial is 9 into y. And what is y here? Y is an integer. Y is not any fraction. So this is integer, this is also integer. So product of this will be integer. Okay, as we know. And this whole number is multiple of 9. It is quite certain. From here we can see. So if this number RHS is multiple of 9, then LHS will be also multiple of 9, then only equality will exist. Okay, now we have to check LHS, and for what value of x it is multiple of 9, that we need to check. So first of all, write all the values. No, wait, we will go back again because we have that value here. So here again we need to check which number is up to which and what number is multiple of 9. So this is for multiple of 9, we need 2 3s, because 3 3s are 9. So if we have 2 3s, we can say that it is multiple of 9. Here we don't have any 3, here we have only 1 3, so it is not multiple of 9 but multiple of 3. Here only 1 3, 1 3, and this. Here we have 2 3. Why? Because 1 3 is this and 1 3 here also, because prime factorization of 6 is 3 into 2, so 1 3 here, 1 3 here, so this is 9, multiple of 9. So 6 factorial is divisible by 9. So if 6 factorial is divisible by 9, 7 factorial is also, 8 factorial is also. All after 6 factorial is divisible by 9 because it must contain 2 3s. Fine, so we don't need to consider after 6 factorial, we'll consider up to this only, 1 2 3 4 5. So you know the value of these, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, so I'm writing it directly. We'll check whether it is divisible by 9 or not. So 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2, okay, wait, 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24, 5 factorial is 120, and 6 factorial is 6, 7, 8 factorial, 9 factorial, all are divisible by 9 after this. So what is summation of this? Summation of this is 153. And what is 153? 153 can be written as 9 into 17. Okay, Now we can see that this number is also divisible by 9, means summation of this is divisible by 9. This, okay, this gives us 9 into 17. Okay, fine. So we can say that if value of x is 5, because this is 5 factorial, then we may get this as multiple of 9. But if value of x is 6, then also it is multiple of 9, 7, 8, and after 5 it can be anything. But just before 5, if you add only these numbers, this is not multiple of 9, so we can't take x as 4. Okay, so x can be 5, x can be 6, x can be 7, anything after 5. So what is the value of x? X is always greater than or equal to 5. Okay, I hope you got it. So now there are many examples in factorial, but I hope this is enough for now. And if you are more interested, you can go through with some more examples in books. We'll discuss it. For now, next is binomial coefficients. So binomial coefficients. Okay, before discussing binomial theorem, we'll discuss it, then we will go to binomial theorem. Okay, so I'm writing one notation. It is just notation, and then I will derive. So NCR, N you will write on the top of this, R is in the bottom, and C is just like this. So what is NCR? NCR is a notation which represents n factorial upon n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay, see one example. If I write what is 5c3, so in place of n I took 5, in place of r I took 3. And what is the value of this? So 5c3 can be written as 5 factorial upon 5 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So this is 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. You can write it like this. We discussed it already. And what is 5 minus 2 factorial? This is 5 minus 3 factorial is 2 factorial into 3 factorial. 3 factorial cancel. Now this is 5 into 4 by 2 factorial value is 2. So this is 10. Okay, so this value will give us some number, some natural number that is positive. So one more thing, you can write it here, that n is always greater than or equal to r. Why? Because, okay, we didn't discuss in notation that okay, we discussed it. Factorial of natural number is possible. Okay, you can't take factorial of any negative or any fraction. So if r is greater than n, this value will be negative, and factorial of negative number does not exist. Okay, it must be natural number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything like that. So if it is negative, it is undefined. That's why n is always greater than or equal to 2 in this. Okay, fine. Now what is NCR? So this is just permutation and combination. So C represents combination. And how do we get it? One example I am giving you. This is not for this chapter, but I hope that this will clarify your concept. NCR represents total number of ways in which r different elements can be selected from n different objects. Okay, you didn't get in theory. Now see example. Suppose you have 4 objects. You have 4 different objects. Okay, A1, A2, A3 and A4, and you have to select only 2 out of it. Okay, so how many pairs and how many ways in which you can select 2 out of it? So let me write if I take only a1 and a2, first time I will take a1 a2, then a1 a3, then a1 a4, okay, then a2 a3, a2 a4, a3 a4. Can we write? So I'm writing a1 a4. We have to take only two, we have to make group of only 2 out of 4. So this is a1, sorry, a1 a2, a1 a2, a1 a3, a1 a4. Next we will consider a2 a3, a2 a4, and final a3 a4. So how many pairs you are getting here and how many subgroups you are getting? There are 1 2 3 4 5 6. So can we write, we can choose 2 different objects from 4 different objects in 6 ways. Okay, this is in concept, and this is called combination. In the same way you can write, you can find what is 6. So this is 4c2, means you can select 2 out of 4 in 6 ways. So 4 factorial upon 4 minus 2 factorial. You know the value of 4c2 and NCR is n factorial. Okay, NCR, n is 4, r is 2, and n is always greater than 2. Okay, so this is n factorial, n minus r factorial, and what is r factorial? 2 factorial. So this is 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. Alright, 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is 2 factorial, 2 factorial is 2. This is also 2 factorial, 2 factorial is 2. 2 2s are 4, cancel. So this is 6. Okay, so here also we got 6 ways. Okay, so this is in concept, this is the concept which we are discussing, and this is the formula by which you can find it directly 6 ways. Okay, so you will say that what is the use of this in particular binomial theorem? So we'll use it in coefficients, binomial coefficients, and I gave you just small hint and a small concept about it. We will discuss it in detail in next chapter, and for this chapter this is sufficient. I hope you got it. So write some, if you want to write the definition of it, you can write definition. So NCR represents the number of ways in which are different objects can be selected from n different objects. Okay, I hope you got it. Now see, we will go through some more examples, small examples, like what is 5c3, we discussed it, 5c3. So what is 48c3? So 48c3 is 48 factorial upon 48 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So 48 factorial can be written as 48 into 47 into 46 into 45 factorial, and this is what 48 minus 3. So this can be written as 45 factorial into 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. 45 factorial cancel. So this is 48 into 47 into 46 upon 3 into 2. So this can be cancelled by this 6. So 8 6 are 48. So this is 8 into 47 into 46. You can calculate it. So this you will use